Wild West Dynasty. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words on Steam. Cowboys, settlers and gunslingers, build your own ranch, grow it into a settlement, and soon more settlers will join you in your quest for happiness and prosperity. Will you manage to build a Wild West dynasty, or will you end up on the gallows? I think I'd rather end up on the fucking gallows, to be honest. You may remember Medieval Dynasty. I covered it on this channel about a year or so ago, a couple of years ago I think. A very immersive medieval city building thing, but in third person. Well, this is the Wild West Dynasty. This is sort of the next thing on. You build your very own Wild West town and you run that town. That's at least what the words say. This has just been released in early access today, and it's terrible. Absolutely nothing like what I have in my head, what it was going to be. What I got was nothing like what was in my head. And there's some crazy things in my head, but this was not one of the crazy things in my head. I can't believe what I got. Where do we start? Do you know what? When it first loaded up, I couldn't change any of the keys. There was hardly any settings. Then the actual narrator's voice sounded off. It just sounded bad. And then I got into the game. The graphics looked like tripe. The animation of the walking was horrible. There was bad frame drops. And I just thought, oh no. You know when you get that instant kind of, oh no, it's going to be shite. Well, I got that in the first 20. In fact, I should have just stopped playing after 20 seconds, but I didn't, unfortunately. And it got worse and worse and worse. The more I played, the worse the game got. It's absolutely infested with bugs. This is the first game that I've ever seen when you actually get stuck on the terrain and you press the unstuck key, it actually throws you through the ground. It's kind of like the game, you weren't really stuck. Now you're fucking stuck. The quests are awful as well. It's like the first quest, I think it was the second or third actually quest I did, was this farmer. My seeds are in the building on the table. Go and get them. That's a quest. Walk 3. Then it gets worse. You come out to the right. I need a hoe. There it is. Then another one. I've lost my children. Can you see them? Yeah, they're there, and there. It's guys. Honestly, it's terrible. It's terrible. But half the quests don't work. You're constantly getting stuck where you can't progress. You have to walk everywhere. You haven't got a horse yet. You're just walking everywhere, picking stuff up, going there. There's quests not appearing. Then suddenly they're there. Now you see me, now you don't, kind of thing. Bug all the time. Graphics looking like shite. Animations looking like shite. Try hunting. Oh, the gun doesn't work. Oh, now it does work. Oh, that has a health bar. Now it doesn't have a health bar. It's guys. It's just like the game's just trolling you. It's just full of broken things. This game. And I know it's early access, and people are going to say, "Oh, it's early access. You've got to be. This is early." This is not a typical early access game. What this is a completely broken game that should never have been released in the state that it is. That's what this is. Early access. This is just how not to do early access. The developers must have known this game was in such a mess that it doesn't even run on a lot of people's. When I say it doesn't run, it runs, but not very well, even on pretty high-end PCs. I can't believe the release. I can't believe they'll have played this and thought, yes, we'll release that. And one thing I have noticed as well, the publisher is Toplets Productions. Thank you, by the way, for giving me a key for the game. So I'll say that they got that bit right. But the developer is Moon Punch Studios. Now, they aren't the same developer that did Medieval Dynasty. So I'm kind of wondering what's gone on here. There seems to be a completely new developer, even though the publisher is the same. So maybe that's the problem. Why didn't you use the same developer? I mean, I don't know anything about Moon Punch Studio. And I do now. But why didn't they stick to the developer that did such a great job of Medieval Dynasty? I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs, and don't mind if I don't. But what I do know is that this game sucks, and it's in an absolute mess, and I wouldn't touch it with a fucking barge pole until it's had some serious work done to it. How long that'll take, I don't know. I will revisit this, guys, but I've downed tools on this at the minute. It's the exact opposite of what a game should be. Games are supposed to be immersive, fun, and make you feel good. This is unimmersive, broken, and makes you fucking feel like shite. It's a frustrating mess, and no wonder it's mostly negative. In fact, it's actually starting to do well because it was very negative with 19% this afternoon. It's now picked itself up to mostly negative at 24%. My goodness. Sort it out. Damn.